to my channel to the things. Today in this video we are going to see for loop. So in the previous video we have seen like if case, else case, and then else if, and then ternary operator, and then switch case, and then while loop. So do while we have seen all these things in the previous videos. If you haven't watched those videos, go to my playlist and then see tutorials playlist will be there. There you will be having line by line wise videos. So yeah, till now we have completed so many videos. If you haven't watched those videos, give a glance there and then come to this video so that you will understand things better. So also if your friends anyone learning C languages from basic level, suggest our video so that this will help us them to understand things better. So yeah, let me know in the comment section if you have any doubts regarding to the videos which you have seen in the previous things, and if if anything we have to improve from our end so that we can give you things better. So let us know in the comments. So yeah, for loop is a thing when when we are know like how many times we have to loop a particular block of code. Like we have in like in while loop we are specifying the condition, right? So until the condition is false, we are repeating a set of code. So instead of that, if you know how many times we have to loop, we can have that as a for loop. So in for loop, the syntax will be like this: for is the keyword, and then in the closed brackets we have like expression one semicolon, expression two semicolon, and expression three, and then we are closing brackets. Three expression will be there. So the set of code which will be executed in the for loop to be in the curly braces. So execution of first expression like one time before the execution of code block, the expression one will be executed one time, and then expression 2 defines the condition for executing the block of code, and then the third statement is executed every time after the block of code has been executed. So in the while loop, if you understand, first we will be having like a variable will be there. Assigning of variable is very important for a while loop, and then we'll have condition as a second expression here, and then we are incrementing or decrementing. That thing is important while loop, as we discussed. The changing of variable thing is very important to loop that will loop that variable based upon the condition, right? So the three things which we are doing in same in the while loop in different places, we are reducing that lines of code in the while loop by using this for loop. So as we are mentioning all the three expressions on the same line by using the for keyword. So there the syntax will be like for expression 1, expression 2, expression 3, and set of code here. So what is this expression 1 and expression 2, expression 3? We'll see in the example so that you will understand better. So the same thing which we have done in the while loop is printing from 0 to 4. We can do the same thing with the simple line of code by using this for loop. So into variable we are having like int I, we are just declaring that variable, and we are setting the initial value for that variable in the first expression. So I is equal to 0 is the initial value of variable, we are setting that, and semicolon, and then we have having a condition. So until I is less than 5, we are looping this particular set of code. That condition we have to specify. Until this condition is true, the particular set of code will be executed. If the condition is false, this code is not going to execute no longer. So next we are incrementing and decrementing. The changing of I value should be important. So that is expression 3 that we have to mention. So that is I plus plus. So into is like declaring I value first of all, and then for loop I is equal to 0 semicolon, I is less than for semicolon I plus plus, and then we are closing the loop, close the brackets, and then flower braces, and we are printing that I value one by one in the new line. Let's see this. So I is from starting 0, the particular condition I is 0 is less than 5, that is true, and then I increment is happening like 1, and this statement is executing I 0. The condition is true, then executed, this statement got executed. After that only I value it will increment. So I is now incremented to 1, and then I condition will be checked that I is less than 5, 1 is less than 5, then again printing the I value 1, and then increment is done, and then 2 it incremented, 2 is less than 5, again it will display until then incremented to 4, 4 is less than 5, it will got printed, and then incremented 5, 5 is not less than 5, so then the for loop will got stopped. So till 4 we are looping. From 5 times it will loop, as we are declaring initial value as 0 for I. If you have given I value as 1, so from I 1 it will start, it will not start with 0. So C 4 values will got printed. So if I give an I value as 5, let's see, this 5 is less than 5, which is not a true statement, which is false. Here only a condition is failing, so for loop is not going to be executed. So like this it will be happening. So if you have given here as an I value as see no value, if I is 5 I have given, if I have given 4, then one time that will be got executed, so I value is 4. So again I will be printed, the condition is true. Again I incremented 5, again 5 is not a less than 5, this condition is not satisfying, the for loop is not going to be executed. This is how this for loop will be like executed. Understood, right? For loops how it will be. So next, not only for loops, we have nested loops, that is, it is also possible to place a loop inside another loop, that is called nested loops. We called as inner loop will be executed one time for each iteration of outer group. So outer group iteration at the block of code will be executed, right? The same block of code under we have inner loop. So and how many number of times this part outer loop will got executed, that number of times inner loop will got executed. So inner loop again have a loop, right? So that will execute that number of times until the condition is failed. Here I, j are the two variables using for two different loops. Is the outer loop where you will have I from one value, I is less than equal to 2, plus I is nothing but pre-increment, we called as some pre-increment and post-increment kind of things will be there. If you have seen arithmetic operators, then you might have understood. So this is pre-increment is nothing but first increment will be happen, then assigning will be happen. So see, outer loop is there, I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 2, plus I. So printf outer thing is there, I is less than or equal to 2, the statement is true, then I value 1 is printed. So now inner loop will be got executed, so I value is now 1 only. So I is equal to j is equal to 1 and j is less than 3 and plus j. So this is also true, one time will got executed, so that is 1. And then this is three times, right? 1 and then j is incremented to 2, 2 is less than or equal to 3, then 2 is got printed as a inner. And next 3 is equal to 3, right? Less than or equal to 3, this is also fine, then 3 is printed. So for every one time of outer loop, three times of inner loop is printing here. So next outer is 2 and then again inner is 3 times is printing here. So this is how we can have nested loops. So this is I from 3, 1 to 3 is nothing but 3 times. So is equal to is also there. So 1, 2, 3, 3 times in the loop will be printed, and outer loop is 2 times. For every one outer loop, inner loop will be 3 times for each time. You understood, right? How looping is happening, nesting of looping is done here. So just try with different examples, not only 3 times, 2 times. You can try as number of times until you understood how these things are happening. You can also change the condition. You can remove this equal to, so that if the if I is equal to 2, then it is not condition is not true, then it will stop. Here also inner loop is not going to execute 3 times, it is only going to execute 2 times only. 1 and 2 is thing is happening, so this will execute only uh, 2 times only. This execute outer loop execute only one time. These things will happen. Yeah, I hope you understood, right? Nesting of loops and looping happen. And next real time life examples is that you just go through. At last we'll do one single video for real life example where you are printing 1 to 100 numbers, and then in the for loop and while loop you can just try by incrementing with 2, or by incrementing multiplying with 2 we can do. For tables you can do this application multiplication of two table you can able to print by using this for loops. Just try. If you understood, it's okay. If you haven't understood, let me know in the comments if you have any doubts. That's all for this video. Keep watching our videos and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.